was like a day or two ago that we gave Joe Manchin credit for pushing for SCOTUS term limits. Well, we're gonna dial all that credit back because as one of his final acts in the Senate, he decided to do an epic crossover event with Kyrsten Sinema and screw the Democrats and screw the Biden administration and screw you if you're a worker as well. Because Sinema showed up for her legit first Senate vote since the Thanksgiving holiday. She's taking weeks off. She just doesn't care. She's not gonna work. Specifically so she could vote no on a procedural vote to kill Lauren McFerrin's nomination. That's Joe Biden's proposed extension for his nominee for the National Labor Relations Board. Because she voted no, it's okay. With Manchin absent in the Senate, the vote would be tied 49-49, which would mean the Vice President Kamala Harris would be able to break the tie. So Manchin races across town, no, we gotta screw over the Democrats. And it becomes a 50-49 vote, which means that she is now denied, which means the Democrats no longer control that labor board, which they would have controlled until 2026, even into the Trump administration. So no, now they will not. Now Trump will get his way, and that board that's supposed to protect workers will be screwing you over. That is what Sinema and Manchin decided to do as one of their final acts in elected office. And Francesca, there was no way with you on the show today we weren't gonna talk about this. What do you make of it?
I mean, this is amazing. And it also goes to the broader failure of legitimacy and failure of the Democratic Party to even keep their own in line and run these centrist, ridiculous Democrats that haven't been vetted properly, that are just so easily bought off and have no accountability to their awful, terrible votes, and can again take hand over fist corporate cash. John Fetterman's coming up on their coattails there, being like, "Oh, I'll be the Manchin and Sinema of the future Senate." But again, it's like, this is why I think Democratic voters, this is why I think the people are like, nah, man, because you can't even keep your own in line, and you are now like, it's not just these two people, it is the system. It is the system in which they're working in. And Fetterman is a perfect example of how if you take out Manchin and Sinema, you're gonna replace them with other folks. And people like Rahm Emanuel, who now wants to be DNC chair, were pivotal in making sure that Democrats ran these centrist candidates time and time again. I mean, Kyrsten Sinema has her own awful little arc, right? But no, man, it's disgusting, it's terrifying. And I hope that for the rest of her life, people follow Kyrsten Sinema into the bathroom.
We're not calling for any vigilante stuff, Ben Shapiro. Don't freak out or whatever. But yeah, look, I would make a joke about servers as a person who served food for a very long time, about people spitting in her food or whatever. Yes. But they already do. Let's be very clear about that. If Joe Manchin is just consuming a couple parts per million of spit, I think he's getting off easy, is what I will say. Spit, in manner of speaking. Anyway, no, they're terrible. And also, because this is the new John Iadarola, who wears jackets and is very petty, they should not be allowed to leave office as Democrats or whatever. They should be thrown out of the party. I'm not saying necessarily physically thrown out of the building or whatever, but they should have that stripped from them. They should not be able to look back and, hey, I used to be a Democrat, now I'm working across the aisle. No, you had your party affiliation stripped because of your constant, willful, enthusiastic betrayal of your constituents, betrayal of the country, betrayal of the party. How dare you still be able to have that letter next to your name? It's barely worth anything anyway, and it's worth far less so long as you're affiliated with it. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.